Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to start learning HTML. So throughout this course you are going to understand how websites are actually created and how the structure of the web page works. We will also do some exercise to improve your HTML skills. We will go step by step. So let's understand about HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So it is the basic structure of every website you see on the internet. So YouTube, Amazon, Google, Facebook, and there are many other websites. I mentioned only few. These are built using HTML along with other technologies. So if you take web development, it is a very interesting area, and web development mainly built using three technologies: HTML, which we will study in this course. This is used for this structure. CSS, used for styling and designing. So this is another programming language. And JavaScript. JavaScript is also another programming language which is needed in web development to make our website interactive. Throughout this course we will learn HTML and later we will learn CSS and JavaScript. A code editor is a software where we write our website codes. So it helps to organize our files. So there are many code editors to write HTML, but in this course we will use VS Code, Visual Studio Code. So now I'll show how to set up the environment, and let's see how to download Visual Studio Code. Download Visual Studio Code, you have to open your web browser and type VS Code download. And here it will give code.visualstudio.com. So this link, on the first link you get, you have to click it. It's getting download. Accept the agreement and then click on next. And here is the place where your VS Code will be installed. You can change the location if necessary and then click next. Again click next, and here you can click on create a desktop icon, and as well click on these. So all boxes should be ticked. Then install. You can see it's getting installed. Okay, once installed, you can see something like this, completing the Visual Studio Code. You can click on finish, and then you can it will open the VS Code, and then you can see this icon in my Windows. It has been installed. So this is the way you have to install your Visual Studio Code. Okay, now we have successfully installed the VS Code, and here they will ask, they will give you a box asking that do you trust the files, something like that. So you have to click yes, I do trust. So I didn't get here because I have already installed the VS Code. To name a folder in VS Code. So now let's check those rules, how to name a folder in VS Code. There should not be space in between folder names, right? For example, my website. Now in between my and website there is a space. You shouldn't keep spaces when you are naming a folder in VS Code. And you can't use symbols like my at folder, you cannot use. So instead of using a space, you can use an underscore. In between the space you can use an underscore, or you can join the word and my, the second word, that is website, make the first letter capitalized, or use a number. So why do you need folders in VS Code? So in future you all might do projects in HTML. So HTML, when you all do projects in HTML, there might be a lot of files related to one project. So you can keep all these files in one folder. That's what you need, a folder in folder. So this is the way you have to follow these rules to name a folder in VS Code. Okay, now let's create a new folder in our desktop. Now I have come to my desktop, and now I'll click on right click, new folder. Now HTML, I'll make the second word capital, course. Okay. Now we will open this folder in our VS Code. Let's see how. Go to your VS Code. Go to your VS Code. Okay, go to your VS Code and then click on, you can click on this file, then you all can see open folder. Click on that and then choose your folder. In my desktop I can choose my folder. I will type here, or you all can choose using this way, HTML course. Okay, click on that, select the folder, then you all can see the okay, here it got open. So you all can close this part. Here, this is the thing I told. Do you trust the authors of the files in the folder? Just click yes, I trust. Okay, you can close this part. Actually this part, this icon helps us to create files and folder through this. In clicking this you can create files, and clicking this you can create folders. So now let's create a file to start coding. Okay, to do our coding we need a file. So to name a file also there are few rules. Let's quickly check on that. Okay, file naming in VS Code. File must be clear and meaningful. So you all have to name the file very clear and in a meaningful way. For example, index.html, about.html. With the practice, you all will be able to name the file clearly and meaningful. And again, same as folders, no space is allowed in between file names. For example, mypage.html. So you cannot keep spaces in between. Instead, you can use a underscore like this. Or you can make the second letter capital like this. Like this, okay. My page .html. So you have to always use the extension. So you can make the, don't keep space in between. The second word, this is the second word, make the first letter capitalize. Okay, next, file must use correct extension. So since this is a HTML, we are writing HTML codes, it should use HTML. Go to your VS Code and by clicking this icon, again I am saying you can create a new file, this one, new folder. Now let's click on this. And since we are going to practice some codes, let's name as practice and the extension .html. Okay, then you will get something like this. You can close this, and this is your this, and you can close this one as well. Okay, now we have to study the structure of web page. So when you take a web page, think about human body. Human body also have structure, right? Head and a body. Like that, HTML also has a structure. We have something like doc type HTML. So what does this means? Now every files should follow this structure. Remember that every files you create should follow this HTML structure. So doc type HTML, this tells the browser this is an HTML page. So this thing says the browser that this is an HTML page, right? Next is the HTML tag. See, it automatically comes, so you can click enter and close. Then see, there are two buttons, right? Okay, you can see, you can close this as well, the chats. Okay, you can see this is the opening tag. We call this as the opening tag and this as the closing tag, but this one didn't have such thing. It only had an opening tag. So these type only which has one tag we called as void elements. So this is called as void element. Okay, we will learn more about void elements, more tags about more void elements. We will learn more void elements. So in between the HTML only the head and the body comes. So like human, even HTML has head and body. So head, see, it automatically comes, close. So I'm leaving space for coding, okay, and body. Okay, we can erase this. Okay, and here to keep some space you can press tab, the tab button, so it will give some indent spaces. Here you can make the space 2. You can click indent space and click on 2. Okay, this is the structure. So doc type element, this one tells the browser this is an HTML page, so that browser understands it's a HTML. So browser understands that it is a HTML page. Then we have HTML tag. In between the HTML tags, we have the head tag. So you can see head, both the head tag. Then once the head tag is closed, we have the body tag. So this structure, this HTML structure should be followed in every HTML files you create. Inside the head section, inside this section, this contains the settings. These here, in between here, whatever we write, the codes, whatever written in, whatever codes we write in between this head part is not visible in the web page. Whatever we write in this, we can't see in the web page. So this in between this contains the part of settings, and whatever you write inside body only can be seen in the web page. So inside body only we will write all the things we need to see in web page. So let's open this file in our web page. So what you all have to do is HTML course. See, inside this you all can see this practice file. See, you all can see something like this. Click on that. So this is your web page. Then you can see now it's empty. When we start coding, you can see the result in this page. Okay, once you start coding in this VS Code, you can see the result in this page. So now we are going to give a title to our web page. So what is a title in a web page? So when you take this website, okay, when you take this web page, this whiteboard online, this is called a title. So usually you all might have seen, okay, in many web page you all can see this thing. This is called the title, right? This is called the title. Okay, this is called the title. So you all okay, now we are going to give a title for our web page. So in between the head tags only we are going to give this title. So you have to always remember this structure and use this structure for every web page we create. Okay, so in between the head tags you can type title, then you can see, then click on enter, and you have to close this. You have to use the greater sign to close and less than sign to open a tab. Okay, that's the rule. And when you assign, automatically it will assign the closing tag as well. Now let's give a title as my web page. Okay, and go to the browser, reload. You can see the title changed. See, this is how you name a title in a web page. Next, we will learn the heading tags. If you go for websites, you can see that there are titles, right? They use titles to name. So there are 6 heading tags in HTML. So let's learn the 6 heading tags. First heading tag, H1. Okay, H1 also has a closing tag, hello. We are going to compare all 6 heading tags. Go to your web browser, reload. So first heading tag usually we can use for main topics, right? Okay, usually H1 is the biggest font. It has the biggest size and it is bold. Usually for a page title you can use the H1 heading. Next we'll go to H2. H2, click enter, close the tag, type hello. Since we are going to compare, we will write hello and compare. See, it is large but font size is less compared to H1, right? It can be used for main sections. Then H3, we can go to H3 and hello again, and here you can again refresh the page, right? Here you can see it is medium size but it is small compared to H2 and H1. Then let's check on H4. Refresh the page, hello, you can see this is small, right? Small. So you can, what you can understand is heading, when the heading number increase, right, from H1, when the heading number increase, the font size decrease in HTML. Next, H5. So there are 6. Okay, we have another one more. There are 6 heading tags. See, small. Then H6. Hello. See. Okay, refresh. See, there are 6 heading tags, and when the tags number in the tags increase, the size decrease. and see there is a closing tag for each and every heading tag. Now next, you all might have seen paragraphs. Sometimes some websites, when you go a web page, there are paragraphs written. So how to write? Using these heading tags? No. There is something called paragraph tag that is written using P. Okay, this is the paragraph tag. There is a closing tag and an opening tag. So everything you write should come in between. In heading also, whatever heading you're going to write for this, it should come in between this opening and closing heading tags. Now paragraph tags, whatever you write para should come in between this. Okay, now let's write a para. Let's write very small sentence. Hello, I am learning HTML, and let's write HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Okay, now let's open a web browser, refresh. You can see this sentence. Right, now if I want to keep 4 spaces in between hello and next sentence, let's keep 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, still you can see there is no changes in my web page. Why is that? Because HTML ignores extra space. Only it gives a single space. Although I keep 100 of space, HTML gives only 1 space. It doesn't understand. It only gives 1 page. See, if I take to next line even, still I refresh. See, I refresh the page. Still it haven't done something like what I have done. So it has only given 1 space. Okay, so if I want to take something to next line, I have to use the tag called BR, that is called break tag, and this is, again, this doesn't have a closing tag, so this is called a void element. Something like doctype also. Doctype HTML didn't have a closing tag, so whatever don't have a closing tag, I told it's called as void elements. So here now see, this will break. Now think, I want to take this HTML stands for hypertext language to the next line, below this line, then I have to put break tag in between this, BR in between this, and then if I refresh, see, it will come like this. So this is how you have to break a paragraph. Okay, now let's check what we have learned so far. Okay, now you all have installed the VS Code. You all have learned how to name a folder in VS Code, and we created a folder and named it. And then we have learned to name files. We learned the structure of HTML. So every HTML file you all create must follow this structure. Next we learned 6 heading tags, right? H1 to H6. Then we learned the paragraph tag. To write paragraphs in the web page or websites, you all have to use the paragraph tags. Then you all learned how to break the lines or paras in a paragraph tag using BR tag, and it's a void element, right? That means it doesn't have a closing tag. Okay, now let's do a small exercise based on this. Now let's try to create something like this. Now my trip, I went to Kandy, the place was beautiful, right? This is, you can see this is a para and it has been broken, and this is the main topic, right? Okay, so take to the VS Code, and we'll take a new file to do the exercise. Go on files, so you all can click on this and click on this. Click on this. Okay, since it's related to trip, let's name as trip.html. html. Click enter. Okay, then let's close this. Now we have to prepare the structure. So what's the structure? Doc type and the HTML, and in between HTML we have the head tag. Then close the head tag, and in between, after closing the head tag, we have the body tag. See, a body and head tags come in between HTML. So to keep space like HTML, you can select this and click the tab button. Right, click the tab button, then you can keep space. Okay, now we are going to give a title for our web page. Let's give a title. Okay, what does the exercise which has my trip title, right? Okay, so first let's open this web page in our browser. So see, we have trip. Let's click on that. It has been opened in our browser. Now we have to rename the title as my trip. Okay, let's rename my trip. And click it. Okay, now we have to give a heading. Let's this one, it's the main topic, so we will give the h1 tag. Go to the body, click h1 my trip. Okay, again go refresh. Okay, we are done with that. Now we have to give a paragraph tag, right? I went to Kandy. I went on a trip to Kandy. This place was beautiful, right? Okay, let's go to the VS Code, and then we are going to give a para tag and type it. Okay, now I typed it. Refresh. Okay, refresh. Okay, you can see now here this line is on the next line. So what we should use? We should use a breaking tag, br tag. So in between we can use br tag, and again refresh. Now it might, yeah, now it has gone to the next slide. Next, about the city. So you can see font is smaller compared to the main topic. You can use a h2 tag, right? Okay, we'll use a h2 tag. We'll leave a line and use h2. Okay, and what you should do, write in between about the city. About the city. You all can try to pause the video and try this. Okay, then go refresh about the city, right? Okay, next, Kandy is famous cultural city in Sri Lanka with mountains and temples. So here again you can use a para tag, right? For this sentence you can use the para tag. Para. Okay, again refresh it. So time to time you can refresh and check your results. Okay, what I saw. Now here you can use a h4 or a h3 tag. So let's see what we will use. We'll first use a h3 and check whether it looks like that. If not, you all can use a h4. What I saw. Sorry, you had to refresh. Okay, here what I saw, you can use a H3 or a H4 tag, or you can use the paragraph tag and make it bold. I'll show you how to make it bold. So use the paragraph tag, what I saw, right? Okay, refresh it. Okay, it will be something like this. Well, now how to make a text bold in a paragraph? Can use the element B. Okay, and the text what you want to make it bold should come in between B. Okay, C, and it has become bold. Now think I want to make this cultural city, this word bold. Then what should I do? I should put B, and the word I want to make it bold should come in between, right? For example, it's not I want to show that. See cultural city, it has turned bold, so I'll remove the bold since we don't need it right now. You don't need to worry with extra space as well. Okay, next, I saw lakes, temples and beautiful scenery. You have to write this as well. Okay, this is exercise. That's it, it's really simple. So without using another para tag, you can use another para tag and write it as well. Okay, now next we have to write that I saw beautiful. You can write this, and what you can break the sentence, right? You can break this sentence to next line using the word BR. BR is break, B is bold, and B is not a void type element, and BR is a void type element. See? Okay. But here there is more space compared to this thing, because they have used another paragraph tag for this. They have used another para tag for this. That's what it has more space, right? So we also must use another para tag. We shouldn't use break because it has more space. Like in break, when you break the sentence, it won't give space, much space in between the lines. But when you use two para tag, it gives more space. So since the exercise has more space, we'll use more space. Okay, let's refresh. See, you saw the difference. Okay, next what you should write. Next, food diet. Again, you can use the para and use it bold. Okay, to make it practice, you must do this. Then only you will be familiar with the paragraph tags and the bold tag. And now write the bold in between B and food diet, and refresh, time to time refresh and check your results, and make sure you have pressed the auto save. Again, I think it has more space. Yeah, it has more space. So I ate rice curry, kottu and snacks. Click on that. Again, go to your web page, refresh, you can see this. Okay, again go P and put bold. You can write the last text. Food I ate. I think we did food I this is okay. Go to your this one, and my overall experience, right? Click on that and then click on P. So in case if they haven't given in between space, you all could have used the break tag, but here they have given more space, so you have to use another paragraph tag. and then I'll paste that sentence, and then you all can click. We are done with. So we have practiced paragraph tags, right? Okay, now we'll check what we have done. So now we know heading tags, right? There are 6 heading tags, and we know the paragraph tags. We know the BR, break tag, it's a void element, and we know B, that we can make a bold B bold, we can make our text bold, and we see we have written this in between the body, right? That's what it's visible in our web page. My trip, the heading, I want to make it italics. What should I do is there is a tag called I. Okay, you can use this tag, and the word what you want to make italics, you can write it in between. So see, in bold also, whatever we want to make it bold, we wrote it in between. And then when you refresh, you can see it's in italics. And let's try this, the food I ate, this paragraph italics. So food I ate, that below that the paragraph, this one, I ate rice curry kottu snacks. This one you want to make it italics, copy this italics, see italics, it's I. Italics, the word start with I, and this is also I. It's easy to remember. Close this, and then go to your web browser, refresh. Okay, this is how it looks right now before refreshing. When you refresh, it turns to italics. Now I want to make this bold as well. So how can I make? Yeah, in between you can use the bold tag, B tag, B, and then take this thing in between. See, now it's bold and italics. So you can understand whatever para or word you want to make it italics or bold, you have to take between the closing tag and the opening tag, right? Because these are not void, you have to take it in between the closing and the opening tag. Now if you want to underline, okay, think I want to underline, I want to underline this about the city. I want to underline that. What can I use? You can use U word. Okay, the tag U. Then it helps to underline. Okay, you can actually keep spaces in between this tag to make it easy. So let's keep some space so that it's easy to read. Okay, now let's see whether it has underlined. See, it has been underlined. Now next, let's underline the word Sri Lanka. Only the word Sri Lanka. Here, this word Sri Lanka, let's underline that. So here, copy this word, cut, write U. Okay, the tag to underline is U. Okay, put Sri Lanka, it's underlined. See, this is the way you can do. So whatever word you need to underline, you have to put in between. Whatever you need to make it italics, you have to write it in between. Whatever word you want to bold, you have to write it in between. So this is how you learn. You have to learn. Okay, right now you all have learned the paragraph tags. The paragraph tags, that is P, it has opening and a closing tag. And the BR tag, that is the break tag. Remember, this is the break tag, to break. And next B, this has a closing tag as well. Text to be bold should come in between. This is bold, right? Next we learn italics, that is I.